Orange and blue sunset and mile high here in Broncos country. Let's get ready to ride. Russ and the rest are gonna light up the sky. We'll break it down after the game with the guys. Hometown heroes with their own sports bar. The best coverage in Denver. Don't go too far. Just turn on DNVR. We are
DNVR Broncos live, coming to you from Studio P, which stands for Prime Time. Prime Time Pod. It's too late in the States, too early in London.
Wow, nobody's going to watch this.
This is
I don't know. We have 3 people already in the comment section saying, why so early? Yet you're here. Yet you're
Yes,
here with us
exactly.
right now. See, clearly it's not that early for us.
Every person in this Airbnb has that same question.
No,
Why
yes.
so early?
Why so early?
Yes. And
Yeah.
honestly, the better question would maybe be why so late? Because we were supposed to be live 27 minutes ago.
Well, I got a couple of delay games to dish out.
Couldn't be me.
It could not be you. Hank, this room.
Yes, my bedroom.
And
Yeah,
then
the people who sleep in here.
Allie, courtesy of Ryan, he threw you under the bus this morning.
Excuse me?
Let's go.
I just
Let's go.
said, still waiting on Allie.
Ah, yes. we
Wouldn't that
did.
be throwing her under the bus?
I would say when someone comes in and goes, hey, everyone in the living room where we're supposed to do our show is still asleep.
It's true.
I'm going to be like, well, then I'm going to take an extra 4 to 5 more minutes in the shower if everyone
was
is
it 3,
still
4, or
asleep.
5?
Yeah. 5.
Now she's
Five.
throwing.
Yeah.
Now she's trying to throw you under the bus, Hank.
I know.
Oh boy, we're off to a start.
I
Yep.
think I did great because I knew that loud-ass church across the street would have bells at 9.
Oh, that was your
So there's a
alarm?
big old clanging
Actually,
coming in the open window. They
it-
don't have screens here. Wandered.
They
I
start.
think
They start their
Ava-
alarms 4 minutes before the hour. I don't know why.
That's so British. Nobody wants to know when it's 8:56. Nobody. Not
But
once.
maybe the bells go for 4 minutes, so then they end at 9.
Unless you're trying to start a pod at 9, then you do want them at 8:56.
That would
That's
kind
true.
of hype you up. It's like, okay, it's almost 9, almost 9. Here go the bells. And they probably like build and stuff. And it's like, boom, there it is. 9
And
at
then
9 a.m.
Angus
want-
Young comes in with. Do
Do you want something to hype you up, Henry?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, please be that little.
Let's go.
Yeah.
His eyes immediately were open.
I wish we could
Yes.
play this at full blast through the entire Airbnb right now.
Just run up and down the hallway.
Yeah, this is like everyone, you would just imagine they're in like the new Born Identity movie. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, fuck.
Yes.
London edition.
I gotta
Well,
jump out of a window and like clear to another building right now.
Yes.
Like something terrible is happening.
Why is this the first time we've ever had this?
It's from the
on the
tailgate.
tailgate.
Oh, but I mean on this show.
Yeah, we should have.
It's
don't know.
pretty electric.
I do think we should start doing music under segments.
Absolutely.
More often,
Yes.
especially when we need it
Yes.
to move fast.
Yes.
There's just something about it that makes you feel like, oh, all right, here we go. We gotta pace this.
I don't know how to turn this off.
I have to say, last night is like what I live for on this earth.
Wow.
Like-
yeah, you got to see your guy.
No, not
No.
that.
Whoa.
In fact, not any of that. So it should that in itself would have been an epic night. Went to the concert, saw my favorite artists in London at a place where like the Rolling Stones and Jimi Hendrix and Pink Floyd all played a 1,700 person venue. There's also like Shakespeare plays there in the 60s, like all sorts of
Which
really
60s?
cool stuff.
Recent 60s or like
15, 6.
probably probably around here.
Yeah, the most recent 60s. So not like Shakespeare himself. He wasn't there.
Honestly, that's still a long time ago.
I mean, it was during, yeah.
You can forget
Yeah.
about that when you see
Yeah.
everything like, oh, yeah, this guy lived until 13 whatever. But
There's
yeah,
a lot of
that-
history on the
60
Revolutionary
years.
War there. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
Really?
and acid.
I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
It was an acid theater?
Big acid spot.
Circus.
Wow.
Circus.
Oh,
what
Piccadilly
did it
Circus?
say?
No, not that.
Also acidy.
Sounds like it.
Yes. Yes.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that was great. Then we went to Dishoom, which is the restaurant that everyone recommended, and I say we, me, Allie, Kylie, and Spencer went there after the concert. We figured this is this location, the one that was nearest to us, is the only one that's open to midnight. Like we might be able to get in. got in. That was amazing. That's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is whole squad packed
boy.
into this room last
jeez.
night until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Cracking jokes,
A lot of jokes.
being idiots.
a lot of
A
idiots.
lot more of that.
Yes. yes.
That was a lot.
Like all of our significant others are just used to it from us, so like they're just rolling their eyes. But the highlight of it for me was that Henry's sister came to visit
Yeah.
us from Germany, and she just got thrown like right into what I would call like the lion's den.
Yeah.
Just-
I don't know. Lions sleep in their den.
Oh,
So like the lion,
I mean, you guys did sleep in here.
like the lion refrigerator. That is
true.
true. Okay, yep, it can be the den.
right.
Yep. That makes us
And
the lions.
She was like right across the room from me, so just anytime anyone said anything, I was just like, "Oh, what is Ava's
I was
reaction?"
like, what does she think of that?
I was like, "Yeah,
Wow.
I'm very much looking forward to what she tells her parents about this group."
Yes.
we should have just done a pod right then and there.
We should.
We-
We talked
well,
about
Then
it.
we would,
Suggested
then
it, yeah.
We wouldn't have be up right now.
There's a couple
Yeah.
of things we probably couldn't air.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
a lot of
yeah, that
things.
conversation.
It couldn't be a live mic
No,
in
no,
there.
no,
That's
no,
for
no.
sure.
No.
That was amazing. I feel like we got a lot of great reviews on the podcast, yesterday's podcast, or for some people, it's just today's other
Exactly.
podcast.
Strange.
And then we all split apart for hours. And then we came back together. It was like we picked up right where we left off on that show.
It's very
Wow.
true. So is that your good, bad, and confusing?
Ooh.
You might as well dive
Oh,
in.
sure, why not? No. My good gotta be Dishoom. It was incredible. I love Indian food in the first place, and it was everything everyone built it up to be and more. I called it a religious experience.
Yep.
Like when that food got to the table, I just felt like my soul left my body and just hovered over me, just watching me eat
Interesting.
for an hour, and just like you go, you do you, buddy.
Oh.
You
It
got
was that
this.
good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many dishes are we talking?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
7, 8.
I'd say maybe 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Wow.
I know that was my only regret of going with a smaller group, but it's so hard to herd this whole group together. Was
Or
just
to
like,
get
man,
tables.
the more people we had, we could have ordered more dishes and tried more things.
Right.
But
The best.
the best, it was called Chicken Ruby, which was
Okay.
just like the curry style dish. It was kind of compared to like butter chicken if you were to order it in the U.S. Oh god, it was so good. I actually didn't originally order it, and Kylie did. And when it showed up, I was like, "Can I try that?" I like dipped my naan in it, and I was like, "Waitress, we're gonna need another order of this."
Everyone has been it's crazy to see here. Like, I got a special, so I'm allergic to dairy, and I got a special menu. And then they brought over the like matrix full of what every single item of food on the menu had. And they were like so cautious. They brought my food out first if I was sharing with anyone. And I just have never experienced that in the States. So that was really cool. And you go around and everyone's just very like, oh, so many vegan options. Oh, so many dairy-free options. It's very inclusive to all restrictions. Was that the right way to say
Yeah.
that?
All dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
My
So that was cool.
bad. My bad. I don't really have any bad.
Maybe getting to the concert.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
What about the drunk man yelling at the bartender?
Oh, that was just a shame. Yeah.
Oh, confusing?
That was
I think that's pretty
that
straightforward.
was straightforward.
Just bad.
man had far too many drinks. This was before the concert. First thing we saw when we got to the concert was just a guy get refused service for very good reason because he was too drunk. Bad, yeah. Getting to the concert. There's a lot of things that share names around here.
I would say
there's
that's the confusing part.
That's just gonna be bad and confusing, maybe. There's like we did our podcast at a place called the Globe the other night. There's like
Yep.
14 other things called the Globe.
Yep.
So the concert was at a place called the Roundhouse, and Spence got us an Uber to the Roundhouse, which seems pretty self-explanatory. But as we're getting our ride over there in the Uber, I was like, I thought this place was like a little outside of town, and like I'm pretty sure that's Buckingham Palace. I don't think that's outside of town. It said like we're like 2 minutes away. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Then we get dropped off, and like, to be fair, the the bar that we were dropped off at did have a round facade.
So they didn't lie.
So no, they did have a round house, and I was like, maybe there's like a bar as like the very front of the concert venue because it kind of like opened up to a bigger building in the back, and like you walk through. Nope, we were just in the wrong place. And then we took the train.
The tube.
Yes, to get all the way over there.
Say it correctly.
Confusing is just how could an American drive a car here?
Oh, they couldn't.
no,
They
no,
could
Like
not.
that shouldn't be legal.
Oh no, is it?
Yeah, you can
Really?
rent, like
Yep.
we could rent a car right now if we wanted to.
That's so horrible. There's no way that you could actually drive safely.
No shot.
Every one of your instincts would be wrong. That's
Yes.
all. That's what driving's all about.
I sat in the front seat of an Uber for the first time yesterday, so I got like a first-hand look at what it would feel like to drive, and I was like, "See, look, American,
Probably an American.
Probably driving.
Probably an American.
I was like, this is not possible. Like, you should have to go through like a at least multi-week training class before you're allowed to drive here.
So is it flipped then? When British people come to the United States, they're not allowed to rent a car?
I don't know. I just feel like they're smarter than us. So I feel like I should give them the benefit of the doubt. But a lot of people responded to my tweet about this being like, yeah, it took me months to figure it out when I moved to New Zealand or Australia. Like,
Yeah.
so that's one of the most confusing. Why is this? Why is everything flipped here?
It's a great question. No idea.
No, I have no idea either. Like it's like you kind of understand. Like okay, so like America was doing all this stuff. Oh, the Americans discover electricity, then the British people do too. And eventually, it's like, oh, here's how you plug something in, and so you can kind of see where they just wouldn't even think, what are they doing in America to plug something in the wall? But it's too late to change now. It's kind of the same thing with roads. I feel like where it's like, oh yeah, well, everybody drive on the left, drive on the right. It's like nobody could change at this point.
Well, I think it's definitely too late to change, but it's not like it's just America versus Britain
That's
thing.
true. It's
For the
everything.
most part, they're the only ones that do this. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
the rest of Europe is driving on the right side, just
right.
like
I didn't
here.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the outlier, actually.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Also, I just found out today that daylight savings hits here a week before it hits in the U.S., so we get it twice.
So we get it
Wait.
tonight?
This Sunday.
Yeah, this.
Or,
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
in
Saturday
what way?
going into Sunday, we gain an hour of sleep.
Wow.
Then once we get back to the States next Sunday, actually, I guess we won't be back yet. Either way, next Sunday for you guys, you'll get it again.
Wow, I love it because I
Which-
was actually thinking in bed last night. I was like, "Wait, the game is at 1:30 here, but that doesn't add up with
Exactly.
7:30 in the United States."
Yep.
That's what's throwing me off.
Yeah.
Everything
This-
makes sense now, sort of.
Also, I feel like you guys are like in your lives, you're getting robbed of an hour.
No, aren't
Wow.
we getting 2
Or no,
hours?
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Nah,
They're
damn.
cheating the system.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get older though.
Oh.
That's a shame.
Well, wiser. Catching up to you.
Also
you go.
true.
It's true. Wait, I'm only a couple hours older than you, but I'm in I'm not gonna have that extra hour. So you're gonna
only
be
getting
1 hour closer to me.
Exactly. Yeah, and then we'll just do this every year until I catch up.
That's crazy. I think that's how it works for sure. Okay.
What about everyone else?
Yeah, go ahead. Good, bad, confusing.
Good. I really like this window. I just can't. It's so good. I mean, obviously, I said before,
top window.
there's the bells. So when you're asleep, it'll wake you up. But also this fresh air. Like I think people might be forgetting. Well, actually, no, they're not because they're living it. It's like 2:30 in the morning in America, which means my body is telling me, why the hell are you waking up at 2:30 in the morning after like 4.5 or 5 hours of sleep? And it makes a pretty good point, but it's kind of tough to overcome that. This fresh air coming out of that window, it's fixing things for me.
Yeah,
I mean, look at the backdrop. It's beautiful.
it really is. It feels like it. I don't know. It looks like we're coming to you live from like a cottage.
Yeah, I was going to
Yes.
say a little French villa in the
Yes.
countryside.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
The winery out in the back.
Wow. The bad. There are no street signs.
Oh no.
They don't do that. They don't do that. Instead, they just write the name of the road on a building nearby. And if you were to read it, you might think, oh, there's the name of the building. Because who the hell would, like, you don't name a street by putting the name somewhere other than the street.
Yep.
It's like, where do you put a cat's name tag? On its collar. On the cat. You don't just like put it on an
a
owner.
wall.
That's like, yeah, you don't say like, oh, inside this fence. Oh, this fence says Muffin on it. Like that means the cat must be named Muffin. No, it's
Perfect cat name.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was Quinn that helped me out with that one. But yeah, I mean, you just look around. They're inconsistent. Some are just like kind of like pushed up. Those be like almost like cardboard signs that just lean against the building. Some are like painted up on top. Bullshit, to be honest.
Yeah. You can't use streets as a means of getting to places because you can't find the streets.
I know, and we're talking about how easy it is to wreck here. Imagine if you can't see a street sign without playing a game of Where's Waldo.
How easy it is to wreck here.
Yeah.
That's like a very, I feel, British
Yeah,
term.
it's very proper.
Yeah.
Very proper.
Thank you. Thank you. Confusing. Oh,
That's also
So-
confusing,
Yeah.
by the way.
about 11:10 or so last night, we wanted beer. We really wanted beer. So we thought, oh, let's go buy some beer because it's freaking England and there's got to be somebody trying to sell beer right now. No.
They like beer here. It seems like an obvious decision.
That's one of the few things you know about. It's like when I got back yesterday and we had gone to get fish and chips. And Zach said, oh, do they have beer at the fish and chips place? I laughed.
Of course they do.
Yes. And then I got my comeuppets. British?
Comeuppets?
Is that British? Is that how you say that? Comeuppets?
No idea.
Muppets? I don't even know.
No idea.
That's a thing.
Crumpets?
Crumpets?
No, those are British for sure, though. But yeah, so then we try to walk around. We stop at 8 different supermarkets, which means we walked a block. I don't know what that's all about. But we also walk past probably 6 open hookah bars.
Oh.
Everywhere
Yeah.
you look, there's
Oh.
just there's just guys
Why
sitting
didn't
around.
you go in there?
Missed the
I
hookah
don't-
district.
I just want the beers. I just want to pick up some beers and come back. But no, all I could do is watch all these men hookah. Hundreds of them. Everywhere you look.
And was that your form of entertainment for the night? You just watched him?
No, it wasn't entertainment as much as
So in the end,
frustration.
no beer.
No, there
beer.
was no beer. There was no
Nope.
beer.
That's a tough break.
Trip Hazard here says no. Japan, Australia, all of Africa, all drive on the left side. India as well. Basically anywhere I think he means
Yes.
England, colonized.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
Which is also
Didn't
a good
get
guide
us.
as to what good food you can get in London.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
I wanted to add one more thing. Can I add one more good?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Oh yeah.
Incredibly clean city.
It's so clean.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I just assume that if you've never been to London, you hear how many people live there, and you just start putting all this stuff together, and you're like, oh, it must be like dirty like New York City. No, everything is clean. Like, we're walking through this area last night, they were just power washing the streets at like 1 a.m. just make sure they're clean for the next day.
Seems like a smart thing to do, honestly.
Yes. Have not seen a single rat in the subways or in the tube system.
So you don't like animals.
Hates
You're saying.
animals.
Nothing smell. Like, it doesn't smell.
There was that one.
No.
There was like a 2-step span that night. That first night we went to the Globe, where I was like, "Oh wow, that smells bad." Remember
yes.
that? Yeah, but that's the only time anything has smelled bad.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
the
you
air-
don't like the smell of hookah.
We just have the window open because the air is fresh.
It's so
Yeah,
fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
So shout out to London for that. No, I don't think anyone expects that if you haven't been here.
True.
I never thought about it.
It's just
I
with
just
the
think
we talked yesterday about the population and how many people there are here. I think that's why you wouldn't think of it. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a lot of
I don't
people.
know.
New York
When
City
I
has
think-
no excuse.
When I think of London, though, see, that's fair. Well, no, we did see the densities
Yeah.
much
There's-
more
it's
intense in
doubly
New York.
dense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
doubly
it's also
dense.
smaller, so you need less people to clean up.
Oh yes, you could hire one less.
One less.
Remember when you guys wanted to finish the show and
We will.
okay.
We will. We will. My good, bad, and confusing. I've left the Airbnb for about 15 minutes since doing our last show, so I don't have
okay.
much experience
Yeah.
in those 15 minutes. But it all revolves around food.
Ooh.
So some people recommended having Thai food here. So RG, I was still working. It was that awkward time, like 45 minutes left, but he was hungry. I didn't want to hold him back. So he went to this Thai place, brought it back, looked amazing. I was like, I got to go there. So I order a stir fry, veggie stir fry, medium spice, which I thought was kind of dangerous since I can't really handle spice.
Nothing spicy here.
Dangerous.
Yeah,
It's one of my bads.
that was not the issue. Go pick it up. So stir fry
Yep.
meal, right?
Yep.
Like sounds like a meal.
It does.
Okay, so I pick it up a couple blocks, six blocks away, about a 10-minute walk. Bring it back.
It's cruising.
Smells amazing. Yeah. I ran there later and open the lid. It smells so good.
I bet.
Tastes
Stir-fry.
amazing. It's only vegetables.
Wait. What?
Oh, just like just
Oh.
sautéed vegetables.
It's only vegetables in sauce. Tasted so amazing. So I was like, I had 3 bites, and I was like, I'm not gonna get full
No.
off this. I'm not gonna
That's-
have the nutrition I need.
Need some carbs.
Exactly. So
Just
I ran back
vegetables?
there. I ran back there.
the most
Got
numbies thing I've ever heard.
got a thing of rice. The person who I picked up from originally wasn't there anymore, so they looked at me like I had 15 heads, and I was like, "Can I just have a side of rice, please?" And
It's the only thing you wanted.
and I got a beer too.
Oh.
A side
Nice.
of rice and beer. So they're like, "This cheap ass. Like, what is he doing?"
Well, that happened at the Indian restaurant. There wasn't like a lot of the stuff just came with the chicken.
Yep,
No
yep.
rice or no noodles.
It's kind of like when you go to like a nice Italian restaurant and you're like, "Can I get the chicken parm?" And then like literally just chicken parm on a plate is all you get. You're like, "Oh wait, can I get like a side of pasta and sauce as well?"
right.
Really? Yeah, see, that's the thing about fish and chips. You get fish, you get chips.
Yeah,
You never have that issue.
true. Yes, the side is built into the name.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
literally
Fish
in
and
it.
chips.
Yes.
Yep.
Maybe they need to start calling it stir fry and rice.
Well, that should at least
Chicken
be an
parm and
option.
Stir fry and what?
Rice.
Oh, rice. I thought you
Yes.
said mice. I was like,
No.
no.
Honestly, if it's
No.
good,
Nice.
if it's good
I'm
stir
so
fry, there might be a
confused.
little, little mice involved.
Oh my gosh.
You ever eat a mouse?
Probably. I just don't know.
Wow.
Oh, I hope
I
not.
love this.
Jesus.
No.
Also, one more bad. There's spikes on the windows, so the birds can't sit there.
So rude.
How cool would that have been?
Yeah.
Like you get a little
yep.
bird audience sitting back
Well,
there.
Valley
actually, I
would
think
be out.
I think
Yeah,
right
I'd
behind
peace out.
us there aren't spikes.
That's true.
They've
Oh, there's
fallen
a gap.
off. So yeah, no excuse for
Oh,
us.
I guess the birds just hate our show.
Yep.
Fair. Okay, there was one more thing I wanted to say. What were we just talking about?
I don't remember.
Good,
Did
bad,
Zach had a
confusing.
good?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the food was amazing.
Okay.
The
Oh,
flavor
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
incredible. Bad and confusing was I had to leave my food when I was super hungry and confused just why it was just vegetables for a stir fry.
Yeah. One more bad for me. The waitress at Dishoom was like, I said, "What is your absolute favorite thing on the menu?" And she's like, "Ooh, can you handle spicy?" And I was like, "Oh, can I handle spicy?" She's like, "All right, get this." It was like some sort of paneer, which is a cheese dish. And I was like, "Wow, how spicy is this cheese going to be?" A 1 out of 10 maybe for me, which is like probably a 4 for the average person, but
Yeah, I think you're getting a little too confident. Last night you said it was a 3 out of 10.
Oh,
Now it's
there
gone
we
down to a 1. By the time he tells this story tonight, it's going to be a 0.
Negative.
Yep,
Undid
yep.
the last spicy.
it was actually sweet. I feel like I shouldn't have called it a 3. There was not. I don't remember any there was spices on it, but not spicy at all.
Wow.
But some people, someone tweeted at me said I should get Sri Lankan food, which is very spicy, and you can get that here. So maybe that's what I'll try to get tonight.
There we go.
Interesting.
We'll be on a boat tonight.
Well, not forever.
Not forever, that's true.
Things go well, not forever.
Okay. We good on good
Yeah,
bad?
I think we did
Yeah,
great.
and I got to tell you about definitely some good. That is Breckenridge Brewery. If you're back in the States, you can get this delicious beer pretty much anywhere in the country. Go to breckbrew.com to find the nearest beer. And the cool thing about that, the Breck Brew Finder, is you can also find exactly what type of beer they have at certain places. Strawberry Sky's delicious. I know it's snowing in Colorado, so you can get some cold beer. Allie's a big fan of
It's a
Breckenridge
daily double.
Brewery. Yes,
Daily double.
Daily double
exactly.
beer.
So make sure to check them out, breckbrew.com.
And also make sure to check out the Serbia documentary on Evoca TV. It dropped last night and it is probably good. We couldn't watch it, which is a shame because we did wind up staying that late anyway. But I am very excited to go back and watch it once we get back to Colorado We know RG put a lot of work into that. So did the rest of the Nuggets crew. And like I said, it debuted last night. You can also watch the Nuggets and the Avalanche and the Rockies and all those teams on Evoca. It's the cheapest way to do that. It's $25 a month plus a $5 receiver, plus you get the DNVR channel. That's Evoca TV, evoca.tv/DNVR to watch your favorite Colorado sports teams and original DNVR content.
I would say that RG poured his heart and soul into that documentary, but it's a little too on the nose because I feel like ever since he started working on it, he's heartless and soulless.
That is true. That is true. It got dark.
And also, all right, he's awake.
He's awake. There we go. We got one.
And shout out to us.
Yes.
Yep.
Tonight, the boat.
Tonight,
It's
the
going
boat.
to be electric. The boat isn't. That's as a gas motor. But it's going to be an electric experience. A lot of the boys from the Madden League coming through tonight. I don't know if you guys know this, but Riley from the Madden League
Yes.
DM'd me yesterday midday and was like,
Midday. Our day, their day.
I want to say our
Probably
day.
our day, yeah.
And said, are there still tickets for like the DNVR events if I buy a flight to London that leaves in 6 hours?
Oh, wow.
And I was so jealous of that level of spontaneity. Like
Yeah.
that fires me up. And so I was like, yes, absolutely. Everything still available. And then I just didn't look at my phone for, a long time, or at least into the Telegram. Next thing I know, I look, he's been added to the London chat.
Wow.
And everyone's like, he's coming. So can't wait to see Riley.
That is
and
incredible.
all the other people who are coming through tonight, tomorrow, Sunday. Going to be an incredible experience.
Maybe we should bring the Xbox on the boat.
Oh, man.
Allie had the idea of doing this podcast from the boat.
Oh.
Whoa.
She was actually like pretty gung-ho about it too, and I was like, I feel like only bad things can happen if we try that.
That is, I guess, the downside. Did boats have internet? Wi-Fi?
I'm sure. Yeah, phone booths here have
Yes.
have
No.
Wi-Fi.
Well, I feel like they're just trying to make the phone booths like worth something. So
Yeah.
what I've determined is that they only left the phone booths because they look cool in pictures.
True.
You don't use those anymore, but they are lovely looking. And so they were like, okay, we just got to make these useful in some way. So if you need a quick burst of Wi-Fi, you need to send a pic back home or something, or receive a pic from back home. You pop into a phone booth. And the other thing is, I don't think there's any good reason for the 2-level buses either. Those are also just because they
Sometimes they're
look
packed. Sometimes they're packed.
Yes, but you could just have it be longer.
Then that takes up more road space.
We know we saw a semi get stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a roundabout.
Great
So
point.
they
There's
can't
no
do
way
that.
those buses
Yeah.
could do the roundabouts either.
I have another
that specific
bad-
roundabout.
Remember that roundabout from European Vacation?
But
It doesn't exist anymore.
oh, it doesn't?
No, they took it down.
It was too confusing.
I would imagine.
It got added to everyone's good, bad, and confusing.
Probably all
Yeah.
three, yeah.
Yeah.
But people would probably be looking for directions more than sending a pic back home with a quick Wi-Fi or trying to reach
I feel like a lot of
Airbnb,
people are trying
hotel,
to send pics,
anything.
Wow.
pics overseas. What if you got to be real?
Then you can't be real.
Yeah, you got to pop into a phone booth.
Got 2 minutes to find a phone booth.
I just feel like
We
if
were
the
talking
double-decker
about
bus...
videos last night.
Yeah.
Seeing
it's true.
videos, downloading a quick instant video.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just feel like if the double-decker bus was a good thing, someone else would have taken it by now. And like someone's gonna write in the comments like, "Well, Australia and
All right.
Also, there
India.
are those in New York and in DC.
there's double-decker buses."
Yes. You've been on one. We took one to go all. Do you not remember sitting in the front? We took it to go to Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a little
Wait,
different. That's like a coach bus.
But it's still a double decker.
Fair. Kinda.
Kinda. I'd take a triple decker bus, honestly. Put
I'd-
four decks on.
Ooh, now it sounds too top heavy.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like some issues.
The wind will blow here too. Yeah, you get tipped over for sure. Never mind. Two's
Yeah.
good.
Speaking of top heavy, we were also talking about that last night. Anyways, let's.
I'm
let's
not connecting the dots there.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's.
you'll get it in like
going.
7 seconds and go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I don't think so.
Clint is in the comments very upset. He said,
Oh.
I came in here to listen and talk football, and all I hear is about London
just
and British.
just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. No. Let's talk football now.
Oh, yeah,
let's
football.
talk football. The Broncos are
Just to be
playing.
clear, we were planning on this. You had no influence on that.
That's actually look at the headline of the pod. Yeah, it's about
Yep.
football, and that's what we are here to do on Sunday. Watch the Broncos play the Jaguars. Are they going to win?
Are we just going right straight to that?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Yes, they are going to win.
Why?
Unless both of you are going to say that, then which I'll change just to make sure we don't jinx it.
Henry, are they going to win?
I was going to say yes.
I know he's saying yes too.
I'm going to say yes as well.
These are just good vibes. It's okay.
Yes.
It's
All right.
okay.
All right. I trust Henry. He's pretty good when it comes to vibes. I have a good feeling about this, not a great feeling about this.
Yep.
But
You can't have a great
Yeah,
feeling.
nobody has a great feeling.
But it feels like the Broncos are due for a game where things go right for them. I think I've thought that a few too many times this year when it didn't happen. It does feel like this could be it. It's the classic like coaching for your job game. It's the everyone is on the trade block game. So a lot of things kind of playing into the whole idea that a bunch of guys are going to have a good game. Nathaniel Hackett's going to coach great. It's going to change the conversation going into next week. It's kind of weird, and I think it's a huge, huge positive for them that the entire week hasn't just been they're in Denver fielding questions about how much they suck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the fact that they got to come to London, change the scenery up a little bit, and like they've got Henry over here asking like, "What's the weirdest thing about London?" Instead of like,
Yep.
"What's the weirdest thing about why you called that play?"
Exactly.
I think it changes things legitimately for them and allows them to play with maybe a little bit more of a clear head.
I've been thinking it'd be good for him to get out of Denver for a lot of reasons. I mean, even just get away from the booze. Like, I think this trip to London, bye week, and then road game after that, it's gonna be incredible. Like they playing in Denver right now is toxic for that team, and I know that's where their 2 wins came.
And I have to say that's a shame that that's true.
It is a shame, but if you think you're going to get their best playing in front of that crowd, I just don't think it's gonna happen.
But like
Yeah.
you said, that is where their 2 wins have come.
It is true. It is where the 2 wins came.
I think it does. It reminds me of a little different, very different actually. But it does remind me of how the Avs said like the favorite position
Exactly.
they were in the playoffs was down 1 goal on the road.
It's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
But it's just like there's no pressure on you there,
Yep.
Whereas when you're at home, like they were just saying, we felt like we needed to put on a show for those fans. Whereas you're down 1 on the road, it's like we just got to play hockey and win this game.
right.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, that's what you're gonna get here.
And I think this is a huge week for Russell Wilson. He got to take a step back last week. That was Nathaniel Hackett's call. Russell Wilson was not happy about that. And I think this is going to be a big game for him. I think Nathaniel Hackett is going to let him do a little more Russ stuff. Now, because he's still dealing with the hamstring injury, I don't think we're going to see full Russell Wilson go crazy. But I do think that this is the best offensive game we see from the Denver Broncos. Now, I may look crazy for that in 3 days after Latavius Murray is the primary ball carrier with Marlon Mack getting some, and Cam Fleming is out, so you have Calvin Anderson at left tackle, you have Billy Turner at right tackle, and you just still have so many injuries on this team. But this Jacksonville Jaguars defense was great the first 3 weeks of the season. They have really fallen off a cliff the past couple of weeks. So I think the Broncos are going to win this game, and I think it is going to be an exciting game for once. On Monday morning, I could look absolutely crazy.
I don't know about the exciting part, but I will say if I had to pick a team to win, I'm going Broncos.
What's the score?
17-16.
I was trying to take a video of how boring our podcast was. That's why we were laughing, but then Lexi woke up.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
I don't know if you guys can see. It looks like Zach is like going into the sun.
Wow.
I've tried to fix it already, and
Shot
I
into
don't
the
think I
sun.
can do it.
The score is going to be, did you give a score?
17-16.
Oh.
I'm not getting crazy here.
Well, I'll get crazy. 30-17 Broncos.
Wow. I was thinking 30.
That's going to sound so dumb in a couple of days.
I know,
Yeah, yeah.
That's why 17-16, if it's 7-6,
Someone-
nobody could have predicted that. If it's 30 to whatever, it's like, you're sort of there.
Someone hold me accountable for that. Like, call me an idiot. It'll
they will.
make me
Yep.
be better
Yeah,
next
we can
time.
handle that.
No one ever remembers.
Can bring back the formal apology segment.
Yeah.
This is the last time that I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the Broncos, though. It is. They're going on the road to Tennessee after, then the Raiders. It's all downhill if they lose this one. I'm going to go 24, a season high.
Wow.
24-16.
By the way, I'm just going to say there's a defensive touchdown involved in mine.
Okay.
Hedging
now,
already.
yeah, now you're kind of backing off already.
No.
Yeah.
I never said the offense is going to score 30 points. I just said they're going to score 30.
Okay.
Now I'm just building you the story of how they get there.
Okay.
Which
okay.
Who scores the touchdown?
turns out Zach's actually higher on the offense than I am.
Wow.
I only have him
True.
scoring 23.
Good. I'm happy about
So
that.
true.
Okay, there we go. Those are our picks for that. One more AFC West game this week. Raiders at Saints. Who you got?
Raiders.
Yeah. Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it? Just, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the Saints just don't have it. They
I
don't have the juice.
want to talk about like Leeds versus Liverpool.
What do you have to
Yeah,
say about
what-
Leeds
what
versus
do you-
Liverpool? Go ahead.
The Americans on Leeds are special players. They also have
Wow.
an American manager. And so I'm kind of a Leeds guy.
Allie's telling you to stop.
saying
so
cut the accent.
we'll just stop you right
Yeah.
there.
That's good enough for
Well,
me.
That's
you're-
not an accent. That's just how you have to say it. Give me Leeds over Liverpool.
Okay.
Leeds over Liverpool.
Impressive. There we go.
That sounds like a town here.
Upset special. Both of them are towns.
But like the whole thing, the way they kind of hyphenate. Harrow on the Hill. Leeds over Liverpool.
Allie doesn't like the accents.
That's
Yep,
that's
you
just
gotta
how you
stop.
say it.
What is happening?
Oh, well, I thought you guys weren't gonna notice. I tried to share the screen that we usually see, but I can't do that. The screen of your picks, but it's not letting me do that.
That was a
Well,
good
Ryan-
one. We had a
Ryan wants to be done with football talk. So
No.
with NFL talk. So I will pick the Raiders as well. And I think something that will get us into football talk is talking to the people. But first, got to tell you about our friends over at Draftkings Sportsbook, the presenting sponsor of this pod. Did we just wait like 40 minutes to hear that? The presenting
Oh
sponsor
yeah, that was
of
not
this
said
pod?
at the
Ryan.
beginning.
Wow.
Have I done that once since we've been in
No.
London?
You did it day one because I reminded you. I'm not
Okay.
sure about yesterday.
Yeah.
And over at DraftKings, they're celebrating the start of the NBA season by giving you $200 in free bets by placing a $5 money line bet on any NBA team. And if they win, you get $200 free dollars in your account. And of course, you can bet on the Raiders beating the Saints. You can bet on the Broncos. You can get some juice on the Broncos. They're underdogs to the Jaguars, 2.5 points over at DraftKings Sportsbook. You can get juice on them. And man, I wish we were back in the States to get that action since we're all liking them, but can't since we're in London. But you can and place a $5 money line bet on any NBA team for new users to get $200 free dollars in your account. That's code DNVR over at DraftKings Sportsbook. See terms and restrictions in our show notes.
And also make sure that you go and watch the American Raptors. They play at Infinity Park in Glendale. And it's an awesome place to go watch a rugby match. And I'm kind of an expert on that sort of thing. So you can also follow along with DNVR Rugby, Colton Strickler, or just go to AmericanRaptors.com. Get your free tickets. Go watch for yourself. And I think you can stream the games there as well if you're into that.
There you go.
There you go.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
We do have super chats.
All right, let's hit some super chats really quick. Gosh, I'm just too much brain fog this morning. It hasn't been that foggy here, but it hasn't been in my head.
You're the one that's killed the coffee. Hank, have you had coffee yet?
Oh, no, I have not.
Yeah, and you're the one complaining of brain fog.
You think one of these little coffees that they call venti here in London is going to get me ready and going?
So I wonder what's up with that. Because isn't venti mean like it's 20 ounces?
That's what I thought as well. Yeah, let's see if we can get an ounce.
But I
count
think
on
isn't a venti in the States more than 20 ounces? Isn't it like 22 or something maybe?
Probably.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
There's also less ice in it, so.
Yeah.
That's always
in the
move.
States. They always put a lot of ice.
We'll
so
say-
then it's less coffee.
I will
Here
say-
it's more coffee than ice.
It was cold brew, and it was very well done.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm
Drink
jealous.
here says more dim sum picks. RK, have a dooner for me.
All right. I still haven't had a dooner.
That's it.
I blame
Sounds
Kylie.
good. You blame Kylie.
Yeah.
Oh, because she left
She
you.
ditched me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will say it's cool to see all of our European listeners. We had someone from Ukraine. We had someone from Spain. Be like, wow, normal time pod.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Wow.
Joe here, what the hell DNVR for breakfast? So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that we can give that to the people.
Yeah, of course. And hopefully they enjoyed a whole segment of London talk.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Who wouldn't?
Well, we know one person didn't, so.
That is true.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah.
At
we
least
talked
he
Broncos right after.
He
Oh,
stopped
no.
commenting. Broncos Europe said, nice to have a live pod at a sensible time.
So true.
Can't wait to see you all Saturday and Sunday.
Hell yeah. Was that a little accent from her?
No.
Yes, it was.
I
Yes, it
just
was. There was a
speaking
little accent.
properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
I have Allie's back on this
Yeah,
one.
see?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Speaking
didn't- I
the
didn't hear
Queen's
it.
English, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I was just enunciating.
All right. Fair enough.
Did it again.
That's enunciating.
Super chats.
That one wasn't.
That was it.
That was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was it. So comments on the website. Chico Bean says, "What up, boys? Hope you guys are having fun in London. I just have one question for y'all. Does the offense perform this bad in practice against the defense?
Well, we don't really get to see that anymore.
In training camp,
Yeah.
though, there were I told you guys about it. It was the worst red zone period I have ever seen in my life. The defense just dominated them, was clowning them. So I mean, there were some signs, that's for sure.
I would honestly say, knowing how good this defense is now, if you could have told me that during training camp, I would have actually been encouraged by how the offense performed against the defense in training camp.
True. Yep.
I mean,
Like, they were moving the ball.
the offense only at the very end of practice and like when it mattered most. So you'd be encouraged by that. But I mean, for the most part, the offense didn't do much until the final period every practice.
Yeah. Turns out both those things were foreshadowing. The offense and the defense.
Yep.
Next one's from Howie Boot My Booner.
You got it.
Our guy.
Yeah.
That's what his name is. I can't change it. Listening to the international travel shenanigans of this unworldly trio is hilarious.
So true.
I feel like Zach's pretty worldly.
With me here, we are unworldly.
Yeah, well,
I tank it.
This
I
is my
tank the
first
rating.
time, on the continent,
Wow. The continent.
Europe.
There we go. We just about could have. We had an opportunity to fool him. Say this was Asia. Day
No,
one.
I wouldn't have taken that bait. But if you had told me it was like kind of like the Notre Dame of countries, meaning
So Australia.
like no, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
kinda, but like it's independent, not part of a conference.
I'm so confused.
'Cause they left the European Union.
Oh, yes.
So
You're
it's
right.
like, oh yeah, now they can schedule whoever they want.
Yeah.
But what are they scheduling?
I'm still talking about college football.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, he says, but can your homies over at Draftkings get me on the odds of the Broncos not winning another game this season? I'll put my life savings on it if we lose to the Jaguars, he says.
Let's
Broncos
go,
country,
baby.
let's cringe.
Wow. So he's
whatever
calling
you-
us crazy for all three picking the Broncos.
Well, he said if they lose to the Jaguars, then he will put his life savings on them not winning another game, which would be a terrible idea. So I'm glad
Yeah.
to tell you that
Yeah.
DraftKings will not give you those odds.
Wow. I wonder what those odds would be.
You get plus odds.
It would be over
You
plus
would get
1,000.
plus odds.
Yeah.
It would be over plus 1,000.
It would be.
Yeah, to parlay 9 games after.
Some places, I don't think DraftKings offers this, but some places do open-ended parlays where you can pick one and then just like leave an open spot. So
Really?
then you could just keep putting in Broncos loss every week.
Wow. Yeah, that's brutal. Don't cheer for that. Arvada Luke says, "Hey there, DNVR Globetrotters. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm having fried fish for breakfast on
Yes.
Sunday.
Love it.
Aside from knowing that it is a thing, I don't really know what an English breakfast consists of.
Marissa said she had one yesterday, but she's not here to tell us what it is.
There's no way we haven't woken her up yet.
I haven't seen her.
Such a shame.
I just saw a shirtless RG walking down the hall. That was dope.
Hey.
There's eggs that are unseasoned.
Unseasoned.
Yes.
Do they give you Cholula?
They don't give you freaking Cholula. Where do you
Okay.
think you are? They give you sausage. They give you bacon. I think they give you beans, of
Yep,
course.
beans.
Beans on toast or off toast?
I think it's
think
kinda
off,
beans.
actually.
Is it in the corner? Maybe it's over
Yeah.
everything. I don't really know.
Okay.
Toast. I think there might be like a tomato.
The tomato, and then there's also black pudding.
Black pudding.
Is
Yes.
there a Marmite?
Not that I've
Available on request.
heard of. On request.
Probably,
on
yes,
request.
yes.
We
Yeah.
have to have you guys try Marmite again.
Again?
See if after some time in London, you'll enjoy it.
I've been eating vinegar.
Oh.
Yeah, they put the vinegar on stuff.
Nice.
I'm
Specifically, probably the fish and chips.
Well, yes.
Yep.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah, right on those chips.
Most of the chips, yeah.
Yep.
So when you say you've been doing it, you've done it once.
Oh, twice. I got chips with my steak and ale pie.
Oh, okay. Impressive. I
Yes.
apologize for that. He goes on and says, I was watching Kurt Warner break down some Russell Wilson tape on YouTube and thought his take was interesting. There were some obvious signs that the offense was not on the same page, but it really stood out how much Russ's placement of passes was not quite where it needs to be. Is it possible that he needs to adjust to the altitude and the ball going farther?
No.
Okay. He says, do you think if he had a do-over on preseason with hindsight that Coach Hackett would play his starters? The whole avoid injuries thing hasn't really rolled our way regardless.
Yeah, I will be interested next year
Yeah.
if he's back, if he's going to be playing the starters.
No. He won't.
Probably
Wow.
not, but
Well,
I mean,
if he won't have the chance to anyway. To be
there's
honest.
Oh,
there's just
jeez.
nothing to that true. There's just nothing to justify it. You know, like everybody got hurt anyway. Maybe because you took things so easy on them right away, they weren't ready to actually go play football. Then that's like, who knows why? It could be unrelated. But that thought has to at least cross your mind. And on top of that, they're terrible. And so if you had actually just gone and gotten some reps and tried a little bit harder in practice, I don't know. He's at least going to have to rethink that.
Here's how he would
never gonna have a
justify it
chance
though.
to.
Is he would say, well, last year it was the first year. He wouldn't admit that maybe they should have, but he'd say, now we've got our feet under us.
Yeah.
We've got it going into this year.
That is true.
I'll
He
take
won't
the
be back unless
DraftKings
they-
odds on Nathaniel Hackett never having the opportunity to make that decision again.
Wow,
Whoa.
jeez. He goes on and says, who do you think would be most likely to be knighted as a result of their performance at Wembley on game day? And what would that stat line have to be? I could see a Sir 6-sack Chubb. Cheers, AL.
Wow, 6 sacks, 1 Chubb, crazy.
That's producing a lot.
I do know that they give out knighted. You know, you can get knighted for just about anything over here. People were saying like our podcast was so funny yesterday that we have a chance.
That's great.
Yep.
So looking out for that, but I don't think anyone should be knighted based on their performance on Sunday. If they were, it would definitely be Russell Wilson, because he would have the PR team to like get that done.
Well, that's true, but the play would be Pat Surtain.
Sir Pat.
Yes,
Sir
Pat Surtain the second.
Wow.
And he
Damn,
didn't allow.
That really sounds like a royalty.
Yeah,
He does.
he kind of carries himself like royalty.
He does.
And he has a chant.
He does. He does have a chant, and
that's right.
He didn't allow a single catch against the Jets.
Wow.
How about that? 29 coverage snaps, no catch.
Believe it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're Zach Wilson, you just look over and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
definitely not that
He
guy.
was smart. Yep. Yep.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he wasn't really finding anyone.
No, but that's where you start. That's where you start.
It's true. And speaking of, PS2 comes
Oh.
in the comment
Oi, oi,
section.
oi.
Whoa. Hey, Pat, what's up?
Oh, did I miss one?
No, I was just saying. Oh, yes, you did. C. Fillmore 72 says, "Gentlemen, greetings. Loving the London show. Solid Broncos content. Great entertainment with a dash of schoolboy humor. Everyone needs a little schoolboy humor in their life sometimes. Looking forward to joining you all on Saturday. What was your number one place to visit or must-do part of the itinerary before you set out? Ticked it off or still to do?"
Really, everything's still to do.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Since I've been doing Broncos for these first 3. I'm excited for tomorrow. Get to see the city on a day off.
I don't think I had honestly, the number one thing I wanted to do was go to Dishoom. So I ticked it off.
There you go.
There you
Wow.
go. We went up to Tower London. I was trying to decide, get my nerdy list of things to do, and that was the top of the nerdy list. So I feel like it's a good one.
Hank is so much more of a nerd than you would ever expect.
I'm starting to see that this week. Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah. All I really want to do is just go see old things. Wasn't worth cursing.
Fair enough.
Why would you cuss with that?
I think he was going to say old shit.
I was gonna say old shit. There we go. Say it anyway.
Okay.
Yep.
You gave me crap for saying that shit was a bad word.
I think we gave you shit for that.
Nice.
Someone in the comments said that Zach didn't include Michigan in his song.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about this, actually.
I can go through it again.
Please
Wake
don't.
everyone up
Please
that way.
don't. If it wasn't so long,
It's true.
it's like a Pink Floyd song.
How though?
goes
It can
on
only
for
be
so
like
long.
50 words.
I know. That's
A
what's
couple
crazy
ands
about
in
it.
there?
Yeah. I don't even think so. We can go through it.
No.
we could go through it.
P.S.
Maybe it just feels long because it's so torturous.
Yeah, it really is. PS2 says, "Hey guys, with all the trade talk revolving around Chubb, Hamler, and Judy, I would be very tempted to trade them. The reason I'm tempted to trade them, despite their potential, is this year there are a lot of teams that pretenders who think they're contenders and a bunch around 500.
Broncos.
If traded to the right team, Broncos aren't around 500.
No, but I'm just saying, like, they thought they were contenders, but they're
Oh,
pretenders.
yeah. If traded to the right team, if you could get a first round for Chubb, it could be pick 14 to 20. My number one team to trade to would be the Giants. They need receivers and pass rushers. I believe they have 13 total sacks as a team, and Chubb could be a great addition. I don't believe in the Giants, and I could see them easily missing the playoffs, and it could be a better return than expected. What are your thoughts?"
Sure.
Yeah, I'm in.
If the Giants are foolish enough to go all in on this season by trading a first-round pick for Bradley Chubb, do it in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Yes. And trade him Judy, too.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Include it in the
If
package.
they'll take anyone, trade it to the Giants.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So I agree with where you're coming
Or
from.
the Jets.
I can't imagine. Oh man, the Jets.
Probably
are
prefer the
The
Jets.
Jets are bad.
But they're 4-2? 5-2?
They're 5-2. They're
Holy
5-2.
shit.
Like I told you guys last week, and Henry thought I was crazy. They're a good team with a bad quarterback, and a bad quarterback can only get you so far.
They're sheep in wolves' clothing.
No, they've got good players.
Defense has some dogs at least.
Yeah, yeah. And
Those
now they're
are
without
wolves.
Brees
Dog
Hall.
in wolves' clothing.
Yeah, the dog and wolf.
Brees Hall, 62-yard touchdown.
He's gone.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
No, that was good.
That's who they had. Yep.
Yep.
Alex Singleton overran it.
So
Yep.
did
Just
Justin Simmons missed the ankles.
He did. Yep.
Fun times. That's
Yeah.
the-
Fun times.
Well, you take that game out. You take that play out, the Broncos win.
Now the Broncos do not have to face James Robinson this weekend because the Jags traded him to the Jets.
Win.
On
We were in the airport.
I was driving to the airport. Yep.
Like, I forgot there was even a game on last night. We did try to get it on. It was much more difficult than we thought.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady just further and further down the washed path.
Under 2 games under 500 for the first time in his career.
That's absurd.
That is insane. And apparently he was sitting in his locker just in disbelief.
This iteration of the podcast has been 2 games under 500 every season of our career.
Wow.
Man, that is are you talking about just about the
Actually,
Broncos or us?
2016? I don't think there were ever 2 games under 500 in that game, in that season. But
Yeah, you're right.
was that
no, they
us?
weren't.
Was that,
No.
So it wasn't.
No. Yeah, I think we started
We're
full-time
always 2
2017.
games under 500.
Yep. Wow.
Rename the podcast 2 games under 500.
Oh, that is tough.
That is tough.
Yep. It is tough.
Damn.
But sometimes you have to lean into the the tough parts of your life.
That is
True.
true.
Sometimes you gotta laugh so you can cry.
No,
Cry
so
so
you
you
don't
can
cry.
no.
Laugh so you don't cry.
There we
Laugh
go.
so you don't cry.
Laugh so you can cry? What the hell?
Well, I don't know if you laugh too much.
That is
I think there were
true.
some tears last night.
Yes.
There were tears.
Yeah, so apologize.
Yeah.
That was right.
There were some tears. Yep. Sometimes you gotta laugh so you can cry.
Yep, exactly.
Sometimes you gotta laugh so hard that you get the tears out via laughter, so then you don't have to cry them via sadness.
But see, that's way too long to say.
Well, yeah, but I was just
Really not
explaining
catchy.
the layers of what you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought that was common sense.
Oh,
I didn't think
okay.
it needed to be explained.
Well, sorry.
I'm confused.
Okay, well.
I love everybody just looked at Allie.
She was like kind of like grumbling. A slightly different sound from the one your sister made at me when I said good morning.
Yes. Yes. We got a couple of awesome
And a
answers to that.
And a
She just
slightly,
went, I was like, oh, all right.
and she just left us.
Yeah,
she did.
She
Peaced
said
out.
bye.
She did. She had
You
no
guys-
interest in
You
this.
guys are the worst. My tummy is growling right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got to
me
get
too.
Numby some food,
I'm
but
hungry.
don't they have it at the hotel for you?
No,
Scones. I was
at
told
Broncos.
scones.
Yeah, not freaking. Okay, that's a.
Oh gosh, here we go.
They're
Can
not,
of worms.
They're not scones. Now they're delicious,
Okay.
but they're. And I'm not necessarily saying they're. Yeah, okay, I'm saying they're wrong.
They're calling them
you
scones?
Yes. They are a piece of bread, which is it's like a thick Wonder Bread, which
lovely.
feels like it's been sitting out for 5 hours. Which maybe it's because it has been sitting out for 5 hours, so
Yeah.
maybe it's a little squishier when you get them.
Oh,
With a little jam on top. And then the most delicious lump of frosting.
No way.
So
Yeah.
it's delicious, but not a scone.
Maybe scones are different over here.
That's what I said. If the British people who started scones
Gotta be
say
theirs.
this is a scone,
I
I
don't
think
think
Americans
British
just thought
people-
they had to be terrible.
I don't think British people started scones. You could say Europeans, and I'd be there.
Okay. I'll go out on a limb though. I'll say I think it's England. I think it's
Shit,
England.
You could be right.
It sounds right.
It feels like an English
Doesn't
word.
it?
Oh.
Oh no.
You
The
can't
word
owe us.
scone originated in Scotland.
Oh.
Comes
Okay.
from the Dutch
Okay.
word.
There we go. So
Like
not
we were
England.
saying, the UK.
It means
No,
it's
that's not
from
what
the
you're
Dutch
saying.
word, which means beautiful bread.
Yeah, in America, it just means brick.
It does mean brick, which is not beautiful.
No.
It's the least beautiful
Man,
form
if
of
you
bread.
if you get the right scone, though, it's the best thing ever. In terms of it being like hard but soft. But
See, I
anyways,
had-
all
I
they
had
have
one
at
and was
Broncos,
like, no.
they only have like little cakes. I can't.
So you're saying
and then,
they should call it a half chub.
Why? Why do we have to do this?
where do you get that from?
Everyone else
it
gets where that
doesn't-
came from, right? Hard but
from
soft?
half the- yeah.
When did I say that?
I mean, it was like
You're going back like 15 minutes ago.
You said that?
In
It was
order
the last
to
thing you
bring
said.
this thing. Me?
Yes.
You were
You said
describing
a great
it.
scone. It's hard but soft.
Oh.
about 15 minutes
wow,
ago,
that-
yeah.
I mean, yes, you're right then.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad we got you around to this.
That's good. That's good.
That was like the meanest clap I've ever
That
seen.
was a really. Oh, we officially have woken everybody up.
Yeah.
Let's
They
go.
should be up anyway.
They should be. I can't believe they're not watching.
I saw someone, I won't throw them directly under the bus, the double-decker bus, but they were like tiptoeing through the hallway. I'm like, what do you think?
That's what the floor probably did as they walked through.
There's a seal in the fucking Airbnb. I was just saying, like, you're not saving anything by trying to walk quietly.
That's true. That's true. Was it a shirtless man?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, Ryan Green, you're off the hook.
Ryan Green is safe. All
I
right.
love the idea that there's a seal under the floor. You're just stepping on his head every time.
Damn, I thought I nailed it.
It reminded me of those things that used to turn up and down.
Yeah. What are those called?
The Winky Pinkies.
That is something else. The groan tube.
Oh, yes.
That's what they're called?
Yeah, we went through that whole thing.
Yeah, we've done this before.
A groan tube. We have done the groan tube thing.
Grown tube.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think you nailed it.
Thank you.
Give in the stomach.
All right, we got to get these guys some
God.
scones before they go off to Broncos practice. So we're going to wrap here. Thanks, everyone who tuned in. Can't wait to see some of you.
Yes.
Also, I'm thinking, like, at some point when I've noticed everyone's had the right amount of drinks, I'm going to propose another podcast this weekend. So,
Okay.
hopefully I can win that battle.
Wait, did you say you're going to propose?
Oh, don't do this. Oh. That's going to end our show. We will see you guys soon.